In all sports, you usually find there's a playoff system, whether it be a single game elimination style.
Oh, look at this run. What a run. Marshawn Lynch still on his feet.
Or a best of series.
Long go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
These systems have created legendary moments that will never be forgotten across all sports.
Breeze hits it in the air to center. We will see you tomorrow night.
But does every sport need a playoff system? Formerly known as the Chase for the Cup, the NASCAR Playoff system was introduced in 2004, taking the top 10 drivers and any other driver within 400 points of the leader and resetting the standings at the end of the first 26 races. The controversial move was made mainly due to Matkins's 2003 title run, where he would only score one victory in his third race of the season at Las Vegas. He even finished dead last, 43rd, in the final race of the season at Homestead. In 2006, Jimmie Johnson would claim his first of 7 titles, while defending Cup champion Tony Stewart missed the chase by just 16 points. 4 positions on track. But at the end of the year, Tony would have rallied to go from 11th to 2nd and be Jimmie's closest competition for the Cup, finishing only 26 points out of the lead. 6 positions on track. Due to this, NASCAR would expand the chase field to 12 in 2007. Jeff Gordon was putting together a monumental season and ended with 6 wins, 30 top 10s, and an insane average finish of 7.3. He would lose the title to teammate Jimmie Johnson, claiming his 2nd in a row. Jeff Gordon would have won the title by a whopping 353 points over Jimmie Johnson, but the chase format would lead to Gordon's incredible historic consistency being wasted under a flawed system. This wasn't the only time the chase cost Gordon the title. In 2004, Gordon would have defeated Johnson once again, this time by 47 points. Kurt Busch would go on to claim Roush Fenway's 2nd consecutive and final championship to this day. The 2007 point system would stay for a few years until 2011. Tony Stewart had an off year to his standards and even claimed that if they made the chase, they would just be wasting a spot. NASCAR added 2 wildcard positions, replacing the 11th and 12th spot, to reward drivers outside the chase with winning. Stewart would manage to sneak in and win 5 of the 10 chase races and tie Carl Edwards for the title, but having the tiebreaker with more wins. Without the chase system, this would have been Carl's 2nd title, but once again, the format had other ideas.
Yeah, what an incredible job by the crew to repair that, Andy. That's not an easy place to make a change and fix a repair. Yeah, they've overcome a lot tonight on pit road. They had a mistake, or actually a problem with a pit socket. They had a hole in the grill. Tony Stewart
White flag here, white flag. Bring it home.
Final lap. Stewart and Edwards, 1st and 2nd. Winner takes the championship.
It's just the most incredible run I've ever seen out of a race car driver, what Tony Stewart has done in this case and tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the best driving I've ever seen, and Carl Edwards did an incredible job too, but this is the man right here, Tony Stewart.
2002, he was the champion. 2005, he was the champion, those driving for someone else. This time, he's an older driver, and he's become a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion. Tony Stewart wins it.
So we got it. We got it. We are
got the tiebreaker, baby. Awesome job. There it You guys are all
I'm going to be up all night. This is, oh my God, are you kidding me?
All the folks that helped me get to this position, and I wish so bad we had that trophy, but it just wasn't meant to be tonight.
The regular season finale at Richmond in 2013 was one of the closest cut races ever and saw four-time champion Jeff Gordon, who has already been on the wrong end of this format multiple times, miss the cut by 1 point, but not without controversy. Due to the nature of these cutoff and playoff races, points manipulation was at an all-time high in the NASCAR world. Clint Boyer would intentionally spin to help his Michael Waltrip Racing teammate Martin Truex Jr. make the cut, while simultaneously costing Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman spots in the chase.
39 is going to win the race. Well, that kind of sucks. 9 more right here. Is your arm starting to hurt? I bet it's hot in there, itching. Oh, yeah. Right with you, 88. Right with you. Right with you. Right with you.
So those are some of the circumstances. Jamie is with Clint Boyer right now.
Well, Clint, we just watched some of the replays and we heard the radio. And people that hear that radio, somebody asking you if your arm's hurt or if the car's getting hot, they're going to want to know, did you spin on purpose to help your teammate?
No, I think we had a flat tire or something. I mean, we went from leading the race and got back there, and I mean, they were driving off from us. I got down in there and kept getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And then the 88 got in there, and by the time I got back to the gas, he got into me, and I had so much wheel in it, it just snapped around.
He just spun right out. That's the craziest thing I ever saw. The thing just came right around. We were going into through 3 and 4, and I don't know if they could put up his brakes and his gas. We got all that technology, and but he was hemming around on the brakes and jerking the car around, and then the thing just spun out. It was crazy. I don't know what was going on, but he was right there. I almost run into him, so I'm just glad we were able to get out of there with no trouble.
You know, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on it, honestly. I didn't even know it happened until after the race. Marty Smith asked me that question. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, honestly, I had no idea. I raced my ass off all night long. That's all I can do. You know, I tell my crew chief what my car's doing, what I need to go faster. That was enough to worry about. I don't have to worry about any other people out on the racetrack. So I knew Ryan was fast all night. I seen him way up ahead of me all night long. I knew we were going to be close. But the last that I knew, the 22 had the last wild card spot. And neither of us had neither me or Ryan had it. So I just knew on that last restart I had to try to keep up with him the best I could, because I knew, based on going into the race where the points were, we had to stay close to each other. I didn't even know that the 15 brought out the caution until after the race.
The 22 Penske team was also involved in manipulation, allegedly offering Front Row Motorsports payment in exchange for one spot on track to knock Jeff Gordon out.
Now, MWR was busted for actions detrimental to stock car racing. All 3 cars, the 15, the 55, and the 56, penalized with 50 driver and owner points. These points penalties were assessed after Saturday night's race and will not impact the chase seating. Now, MWR has also been fined $300,000. Vice President and General Manager Ty Norris has been suspended indefinitely, and all 3 crew chiefs are on probation until December 31st. NASCAR President Mike Helton spoke last night about the severe sanctions levied against Michael Waltrip Racing.
In addition to what other actions we've taken, we're going to put Front Row Motorsports and Penske Racing both on probation for the balance of the year for actions detrimental. And in addition, we're organizing a mandatory meeting with drivers and owners and crew chiefs for tomorrow to hopefully address and make more clearly the path going forward as it applies to the rules of racing and the ethical part of it. So,
due to the totality of the events that were outside of Jeff Gordon's his issues, we're going to add a 13th position to the field, and Jeff Gordon will qualify for the championship this year, Sprint Cup Championship. We believe in looking at all of it that there were too many things that altered the event and gave an unfair disadvantage to Jeff and his team, who would have qualified. And I have the authority to do that. We are going to do that. It is an unprecedented and extraordinary thing, but it's also an unprecedented and extraordinary set of circumstances that unfolded in multiple different ways on Saturday night. And we believe this is the right outcome to protect the integrity of which is our #1 goal.
Following the 2013 season, NASCAR announced the bracket system that would eventually be rebranded as the playoffs, where after the end of every 3-race round, 4 drivers would be eliminated. Scoring a victory automatically locked you in to the next round, which once again takes emphasis off of consistency and made it all about winning. This format made for a winner-take-all 4-man finale, where points are thrown out and whoever finishes the highest takes the cup. Theoretically, you could win the first 35 races of the year and finish second in the 36th and lose the championship. The addition of stage racing and bonus points for stage finishes, along with the overcomplicated playoff system, has really become confusing for the old school and casual fans NASCAR is so desperately trying to win over. These additions cause chaos. And while in the moment of watching a cutoff race finish at Talladega, or watching one guy desperately try to gain 1 point to keep his season alive,
Newman's beside the 42, and he's 42's in the wall.
Clear, checker flag, checker flag.
Ryan Newman is going to get in with that move on the last lap. And that's going to knock Jeff Gordon out.
Whole year, guys. Let's go win Homestead, man. That's all we can do. You guys did everything great this year.
Final turn. He needs the position. Oh, Harvick spins the 18. Turns into the 18. He turns as well. The 18 crosses the start-finish line, and Harvick is going to be out of the playoffs.
may be exciting in the moment. After those races, you sort of have a moment of clarity and realize that was actually pretty ridiculous. All it's going to take is one Ryan Newman being in the right place at the right time for NASCAR to scrap this entire system and set the sport back 5 more years. Under this current playoff format, Greg Biffle would have been just a few points away from winning 3 consecutive championships from 2004 to 2006. Heck, even Dale Jr. would have won a title in 2013. NASCAR, with their stages and their playoffs, have simply created the illusion of close competitive racing to cover up their terrible aero packages, lackluster tracks, and subpar driver personalities. These decisions have severely affected legacies, some for the good, some for the bad. Motorsports do not need playoffs. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment, or even follow us on Twitter.